Yeah, here we are. Another tech video from Gearhead Rob. And it's going to be a rant about buying a used turbo kit. Had to have the intercooler fixed because some jackass stripped it out, helicoiled it. Now we got a new post in there. Now we got to drill it and tap it. Wrapping the manifolds isn't that bad. This was a 100-foot roll of the lava wrap. I'm not sure. I'm going to try to add this stuff to the store. But lava wrap isn't that bad. I'm not even itching right now. You don't have to get it wet. This isn't a street car, so we're not too worried about it getting wet. But this leftover piece from this 100-foot roll, I'm going to be wrapping around the AC hose and then gold taping around it after I remove the foam. And hopefully there's some of that left, so I can do the harness in here in the engine bay. That's going to be running right by the header. See this section here? I reroute this a little bit anyway, because it runs right by the exhaust manifold and the downpipe. Got to keep that from burning. As you see, we've already got the rear AC line in, and we've got the lower fitting in. In the write-up, I tell you to reuse the 2 factory O-rings to put that in. Yes. Now on the AC line, there's another stupid trick. On this end, you want to make sure this is seating all the way. Make sure this fitting goes all the way down, flush to the black fitting before you stick it in the car. Of course, this has got to have an O-ring on it. Good thing is I got AC O-rings for days. This side's got the other O-ring on it. Tightening that up in the car. Gotta wrap that. I don't know how that one doesn't have any wrap on it, but it's a used kit. I don't care at this point. Now I've got another 100-foot roll. We'll get the downpipes wrapped up on those too. So, there's the OE line that came out. Don't buy a used kit, guys. But here we go. The ABS drop down bracket. I'm going to get into this a little bit more. We drop the AC pump down farther. I'll throw some more pictures in the write-up about this. I'm going to bend the lines around a little bit once I get all the cold side and everything in and the turbo's mounted. Just due to the fact that you got to tweak them a little bit. Yeah, you can bend them, but you don't want to bend them too much. I gold wrapped that section of the brake lines. As you can see, I'll get the light a little better there. But now, the bitchy part is pulling the long tubes out. These are a little bit harder to pull out than factory manifolds. Factory manifolds come right out for me. Undo the steering shaft, jack the motor up, undo both motor mounts, pull both motor mount stands out, and you can get the manifolds in there pretty easy. You're going to have to do, I typically do the 12 points. They fit, you can tighten them better. You get more surface area with all 12 points. Go to another vacuum log kit. Guys, really, the used kit is a nightmare. I'm a week behind schedule on this car because it was a used kit. There was a delay in communication on that one because I know I've been talking to Jonathan for quite some time about this kit and installing it and all that jazz. And we both learned the hard way today that somebody muffler shop hacked his exhaust on. You see this? Why they do this shit, I fucking have no clue. This is another fucking rant from Gearhead Rob. Why they would weld hangers and then put this shit on here the way they did is beyond me. It's fucking stupid. It pretty much ruined a set of Borla attacks and some JPC fucking axle tubes. But it is what it is at this point. So, got the cross brace out, got the car prepped. Now we're going to be putting the car up in the air, pulling the long tubes out, and installing the manifolds. New Ford gaskets, some copper RTV, ARP bolts, and whatnot. I'm so frustrated with this car, it's unreal. But it is what it is. I do this shit for a reason. I'm going to be adjusting a few things because, hey, this has been a learning experience. You guys learn along the way. I do the write-ups so you don't have to learn as much and kind of guide you into, you know, getting this stuff put on quickly. Jonathan's got a nice-ass fucking car. I really like it. The 13, 14 cars, there's a couple of little changes there. I went into another video, and I'm going to be making support parts. I'm going to try to come up with a fuse box bracket, too, since I'm delaying the AC relocation bracket for the moment because I got to produce a couple of other little brackets that I'm not telling anybody about yet. But literally, I'm going to touch on a couple things. Since some of y'all don't want to read, your reading comprehension is bad, but then yet you can inbox me and read. I don't get that, guys. Come on. But bending this AC line up, the high side line, gold tape. You can use the factory cushion clamp and put it right back into the factory bolt hole right here. This is good shit. Now that I got the manifold trap, there's no fucking ties. Go figure. That's why you see the green tape on the ends. Go ahead, make fun all you want. I really don't give a fuck. So, next will be wrapping up the downpipes. And I should have the hot side and all that stuff in today. Since these are used turbos, I'm going to hope and pray that all these bolts on the hot sides come out. I'm going to hope and pray that the turbos don't leak. Washer jug's out, so that way I can modify it. I hang it over here in this corner like I do in the wide-up. But I really, really need to figure out some sort of a feed tube to where we don't have to, pull the engine cover that sits here out. I'd love to have some sort of little filler neck that comes in and puts it like right here. But having those kind of pieces made suck. So, I found some hose, and the janky way I do it in the write-up works. But it is what it is. How often are you in there? I know when whoever put this car together put some clips into the engine cover piece, and legitimately they were in there and pretty much broke when they come out because they were like a one-way clip thing and there was no way to get to the back side of them to release them. So I'll be addressing that. But now I have to go read my own fucking write-up because I know I cut this section out in here somewhere. And I know I cut this little brace out inside here to move the fuse box in here. You don't have to do that. You can stuff it down here in the front of the motor like on 3 does. I'm not a fan of that. But we'll be getting into more of that here later. I got a couple videos coming on the 11 to 14 write-up on our YouTube channel. I'm not loading them to the Facebook page because Facebook might not like me swearing as much as I fucking do. So, notice on manifold wrapping, I kind of stayed away from the flanges a bit. So that way you can get the bolts in there a little easier. The 1-inch wrap would probably be more beneficial in this area. But this is the 2-inch lava wrap. You see, there's plenty of room to get to the bolts, especially around these turbo flanges. This will help reduce a lot of heat. Like I highly suggest ceramic coating, then wrapping them. But that's it for now on this one, guys. I got to get busy ripping these long tubes out. If anybody needs a set of JBA long tubes and an X-pipe, hit us up. I'll be posting those on Facebook on my personal page here soon and sharing a few places. I'd rather have local pickup on that, by the way. But this is more of what we're dealing with here.